Everyone, I hope you're well. Welcome to my channel. If you've not been here before, it's where I talk about twin flame process. So this video is for the new moon in Cancer, which is actually today, 29th in the UK. So we're just going to pull a few cards and see what they have to say. So I'm just going to zone in. Okay, so they're showing me like a bouquet of flowers, white flowers with a big ribbon around them. Very reminiscent of the kind of flowers you would be holding if you were getting married. So let us see. We've only got, it's June, isn't it? June is the month of weddings, right? It's only one day left of June though, tomorrow. So maybe what they're talking about then is Cancer, because it's love, isn't it? Cancer is the sign of the heart and the sign of love. So that's probably why they're showing me that bouquet of flowers representing love. See what else. Right, let's get some cards out. Okay, they're talking about people going on long distance journeys as well. So that might be some of you. Hopefully some people are getting to move around now. Long distance journeys to meet up with people, they're saying. Maybe some of you are even going to weddings or getting married, with it being the month of weddings. Maybe even that's moving into July, because it feels like we're dragging a bit this year, what with it being the end of all the restrictions and everything, and things only just getting moving again. So perhaps people that would have been having a wedding a bit earlier are having it a bit later. So perhaps you're going to weddings a bit later than you would have been. Something like that. Maybe they're coming up now. Let's get some cards out. Right, so Page of Pentacles, which is the form showing up in the physical world. Also new things and messages and lessons. The Devil, which is how you draw to you through your vibration and what you draw to you through your vibration, and also what you're linked with vibrationally. So, and there's many links they're saying, there's not just one. So I know we talk about twin flame process, which is one link, but there are other links as well. So it's not just, you're not just linked to your twin flame, you're linked to other people. So it could be something around drawing closer to people. Maybe you're being asked to go somewhere. Maybe some of you are going to get sudden invitations out of the blue, unexpected, what they're saying. And they're saying if you do, to go. So not to hold back. Everything's got its purpose. Everything has got a reason. So also twin flame process, all right? So what might look like something that is nothing to do with your process, i.e. a different person, a different reason for that person calling on you to like come and see them or meet them, has got a direct relation to twin flame process, even though it may not look like it has, all right? So just remember that, that's what they're saying as well. There, everything has got its reason, and it's all within twin flame process. So those other people are part of that process. The moon out of the blue. So again, this is just like saying out of the blue, basically getting called upon from out of the blue to do certain things, go certain places, take part, communicate, meet up, stuff like that. When they're saying long distance, now that is completely relative. So, that's like, how long is it for you? Walking 40 minutes might be a long walk for distance for some people. You might end up walking 40 minutes somewhere. 40 minutes, very representative of the 40 days, 40 nights, right? Lost in the desert, finding oneself. So look at the symbology around what it is that's coming up in your environment, your physical environment. One, symbols, physical environment, Page of Pentacles there as well. So everything has its underlying meaning, and that's the underlying in the moon as well. So everything's got its what's on the surface and then what's hidden underneath, the subconscious, the unconscious, and the unseen. And of course, this is the moon, so this is about where it is. So this is like past, kind of recent past, and just floating away here, just going away. So that's the moon, because it's just here, and we're in it right now. So, and it'll be going away soon. So you might have had the invitation perhaps before. Maybe you're in the swirl of it now. Maybe it's on its way, and it's just ready to, maybe that you're looking at your phone and you're like, where's my message? I'm supposed to be getting a message from this person. Where is it? Because it's not coming. And you can feel it there, and it's like you can't see it, but you can feel it there. You might be getting agitated because the new moon, again, it's masculine energy. Love, masculine energy, they're not the same thing. So you might be feeling fractious, like where is it, kind of a thing going on. With the masculine energy coming through you, that is like this aggressive nature of the masculine, the wounded masculine, coming up inside of you, like, rah! Okay, you might be getting some of that coming up. Knight of Cups, romance and love. Romantic proposals, love proposals, love on the way. Again, it's like everything is part of the same thing. So, for example, there's a lot of unclarity as you go through twin flame process. Because if you don't, you've got to accept the clarity, right? That everything is part of everything else, because then you've got complete clarity. Because basically you could have someone else coming along with a romantic proposal that's not the one that you thought it would be, that maybe you don't feel that way inclined towards. Maybe you're like, well, what the hell is this? Because I don't even think I'm attracted to this person, but here I am getting a romantic proposal. I thought someone else was coming along. Now you're telling me this is the one for me? So just understand that everything is part and parcel of the same thing. So somebody else coming along could just be, in fact, getting you ready for the one, because you've got to be made ready for the one. So you will go through a lot of lessons and a lot of what seems to be something, for example, that you could be like, well, why have I got to go through this? It's like wasted energy. I feel like I don't want to be doing this. This isn't what I came for. I came to be with this person over there doing this with them, because you know that that's the one, or somebody of that nature, right? And instead you've got something else coming along, and it feels like a interview with a bank manager as far as love might go, but you've got to understand everything's going to get you ready for where you're going to end up. So again, just accept things from a place of like less resistance. So it is what it is. Let's see what it is. Let's see where it goes. Let's see what it's all about. Let's not prejudge as though we know from our egoic perspective what this is all about, when we know nothing, because vibration knows everything, and we are not. We are not just vibration at this moment of being alive. We are the mind, the emotions, and the ego and the emotions, and also the vibration, and also the physicality. And particularly the physicality is swayed by the moon, because it's water. So we're made up of a lot of water that gets pulled around just like the oceans do by the moon. And why wouldn't we? I mean, that's just like the most logical thing, isn't it? If we're fluid, mainly. I mean, all you've got to do to find that out is go on a 3-day fast. You lose loads of body weight. It's mainly water, because it's water. You just drop loads of water. Try not eating carbohydrates, and you notice that you lose weight. It appears that you lose weight because carbohydrates, bread and pasta and crisps or potato chips, whatever you want to call them, all that kind of stuff, especially with the salt on them, that all makes you hang on to water, and the water weight goes on, and you think you're really large, and then you stop eating the carbohydrates and all the water just goes away, and overnight. Anyway, I'm digressing, aren't I? I'm just saying we're a lot of water. um, so the watery effect of the moon. So what's happening with the moon? You could be swelling up. You could be hanging on to water, just like the tides rise. You might be hanging on to some water, feeling that pregnancy because it's a new moon, so birth comes after the moon. The new moon, we are reborn. Six of Wands, success in vibration. So that's right at the heart of the matter. So that's what everything's about, basically. When you're going through twin flame process, everything is about your vibrational self, because your vibrational self is how the process runs through. So it's about bringing you into your point of attraction, the process. Before there's the person, the one. You could have other persons that aren't the one, that are lessons on the way to you meeting the one or being with the one. But those lessons are about bringing you into your satisfactory vibration, your vibration of oneness, you could say, before the oneness of physicality comes along. So lessons in vibration. So there's a huge let go coming after this moon. You might be feeling loads and loads of resistance, loads of like pent up aggression, anxiety, tightness in various bodily parts, the back of the neck, the shoulders, particularly the shoulders and the back of the neck, because that's the masculine area. That's where the weight of the world rests on the shoulders of the masculine, It's like, oh, I've got to be a man. That kind of like weight rests on. That's why men have got really big muscly shoulders, or where if they do develop that area, that can get really big, So that's what that's all about. So you might be getting it there, coming through there and feeling it there. You might be also getting there saying lump in the throat, like holding on to, like when the masculine feels like needs to let go. It's like wanting to cry but holding it back, and you get a lump in the throat because it's like not releasing, and it's like building up in there. You might feel like you want to scream or you want to shout. You might actually scream or actually shout. If you do, then there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you'll feel better afterwards. It's not one size fits all, You might throw something at the wall, in fact, which rhymes, they're saying. So that might feel good too, to throw your phone across the room. I don't know. Just aim it at a cushion so you don't break your phone and have to buy a new one, because nobody wants to have to go through that drama. You don't need any more drama. So, where else? I feel that's it in the physical body mainly. Back of the head, top of the head, bit like tension rising. Back of the eyes, getting a starry eye thing going on where it's all building up there, all around the head actually. And maybe the legs as well, back of the legs, the calves, because it's again, it's water. So make sure you're getting all your electrolytes and things. And soothing yourself, sleeping, resting, taking time out, having fun, drinking a bottle of wine, taking some CBD, magnesium salt baths out in the garden, lazing around, reading a book, having a nice time, kind of things. Right, let's get another one out there. Ending, 9 of Swords, so ending inside the feminine. So you see it all going on there in the head and the arms and the shoulders. Well, maybe the arms as well then, eh? Muscles in the biceps and the triceps, maybe. Pains in the chest, they're saying, could be, yeah, because that's also the masculine area. And the potassium and the heart and the anxiety and all that kind of stuff. So again, electrolytes, resting. I share something now. It's 3:10 in the afternoon. I just got out of bed. I went back to bed at 12 o'clock. I'm like, that's it, I'm going to sleep. I've had enough. So I did for a couple of hours and just got up and I'm like, oh, moon reading. Yes, about time. So take time out, look after yourself, relax. It'll be over, it's going to be over with the moon. We're going to shed it all, whatever it is you're going through, whatever anxiety, tension, stress, feeling pent up, feeling like a caged animal. Because again, it is the masculine energy that we're dealing with right now, wanting to make itself free. So it is like you are in a hell of a lot of resistance. And the love is coming along though, look. Here, it's always coming along. This is where what's coming in. Success in vibration and the ending of all that is inside of you. that is perhaps in relation to what has not come along yet. You know, we can't beat around the bush. If it hasn't come along, there's going to be resistance to it not coming along. Four of Swords and resting the mind and taking time out. Not such a serious business of meditating. It's not about trying to like be perfect. It's not about trying to align yourself with anything but what you're going through right now. So that is taking yourself out of the game in terms of offline mentally and emotionally and resting. If it feels like it's crap to be here right now, just go to bed and lie down. Exactly. It's not about achieving some kind of like worthiness in relation to anything, you know, like overcoming it or being like getting a handle on it. Sometimes you can't. It's sometimes what's coming through you is the masculine energy, and all it requires is that you just rest and treat yourself like you know, like a feminine energy that needs to rest, like pregnant, basically. Go lie down, like in the old days when they go, like ladies would go lie down and fan themselves. Take the weight off, put your feet up. Okay, so let's get another one out. King of Swords, this is a masculine, vocally and vocabulary, speaking wise, right? So energy drawing close. Six of Wands, through success in vibration, the masculine speaks. Well, all the pent up feeling inside of you is their resistance of speaking in whatever way they're going to speak. The text, the voicemail, the letter, the email, the phone call, the knock on the door, although that's kind of like, well, it might come out of the blue. Who am I to say? We don't know. Some might be doing that 40-mile walk. The masculine speaking up, basically. There, what's drawing to you through your vibration. So this is why you look after yourself, right? And this is why your comfort comes first. Because the closest you're going to get to success in vibration is you're feeling good. If you're not able to feel good because you've got a lot of resistance coming through you from the one that you're connected to, which is the opposite energy to you, then what's the next place you could get to? Make yourself comfortable for the duration of not feeling so good. So at least you can make yourself comfortable for that, right? Exactly. Go to bed, lie down, take it easy, rest. If you go to sleep, you know, just for a short while, for an hour or two, it's going to be a lot better than trying to like push through the resistance that's coming through you that you're not going to be able to overcome. Right, and again, and a lot of the time, what we see in twin flames is, in the feminine that is this almost a self-punishment of what they're going through. So it's like, no, I've got to struggle through. I've got to make myself feel better now in a way that I've got to see this right now from a higher perspective, because that's my duty and it's my role and it's my job. And if I don't, I'm doing something wrong. And therefore, I'm just going to be really angry at myself and upset with myself and feel like a terrible person. So that's not the aim, right? Nothing is meant to be a punishment. The aim is to just reduce resistance in whatever way you can. So giving up, going for a sleep, letting it go, right? Let's go here one more. Eight of Swords. So it's a connection, the infinite connection of what you're connected to through the mentality. So again, it's them coming through you, right? That's ending, coming through you. So what's ending is their opposition to what that is not going on. So if you've got like what appears to be nothing going on, like you keep looking at your phone and there's no like text or there's no message or no a notification, right? Because all this is going on. So there's nothing like coming into the physical and manifesting into the physical, because you've got a mental connection here, right? And the resistance in what you're drawing to you from the masculine coming through you, right? So got love there coming through, resistance in the mentality of the masculine coming through. So it's like it is there. Look, Page of Pentacles, the message is there, the form is there, but it requires less resistance in the vibration. So that just requires you know, you could sit on the sofa, you could start off with a movie, you could have a glass of wine, you could fall asleep for an hour or two. And that would do a hell of a lot to reduce the resistance. A lot more, in fact, than trying to meditate and come to a better arrangement around the resistance, which might put you even into more resistance, because sometimes you try and meditate and you can't meditate, and then you get angry because you can't meditate, and angry at yourself. Why can't I meditate today? What's wrong with me today? Because it's in the dark moon, it's in a new moon, and the best thing therefore is to just reduce the resistance in a completely different way. It's not the time to try to gain the enlightenment of the full moon. It's the opposite, in fact. What's underneath? Ten of Pentacles, completion in the physical. So always moving towards what is underlying everything is completion in the physical. So what is completion in the physical? Well, it might be a completely different place that where you're looking at right now in your life. So it could be, especially in the moon. So what's happening in the moon with the masculine is basically they're coming into awareness of what is not in their life that they want, and how their life does not look the way they want it to look, and how it is not feeling good for them, the life that they're in, and what it is that needs to change. So you're going to feel all that coming through you, mental connection. So it might feel like you're thinking, I don't want to live here anymore. I don't want to be doing this job anymore. I don't want to be around these people anymore. I don't want to be living my life like this anymore. I'm bored of this. I'm sick of this. I'm angry about this. But all that's coming through you is them, right? Them, mental connection, mind of the masculine, your mind, form, success in vibrations. So that's what clearing is. All clearing is that you notice that is in your mind. So you could, the detachment, right, from your from the 3/4 of you that are only physical, right? The mind, the emotions, the physical body. The detachment from all that in the shortest space of time. 2 hours sleep is what they keep saying to me. 2 hours nap. That's about what I just had, actually. Is all it will take to reduce the resistance. Yes, you might wake up angry again and feeling fed up. But whilst you're asleep, there is no resistance. And even though you're feeling it when you wake up, it's going to do a great service to what is trying to complete here through the shared vibration, is what they're saying. So none of this is about a duty or obligation in terms of having to do something that is unpleasant, right? It's just trying to get everybody concerned into a more comfortable place. So you are connected to somebody, right? It's not inevitable, but it's another word like very much like inevitable. But it feels like inevitable. You are connected to somebody else. So what they feel comes through you. You know, how their mind is operating comes through you. At the dark of the moon, it does, because it's a masculine moon. So it's there, look. Moon, success in vibration, mind. Relax the mind of what is going on in this one you're connected to. That's what clearing is. So clearing isn't getting rid of it. It's feeling it come through. Clearing your own ego is noticing your own ego when it comes up, and your own resistance, you know, and thoughts. And then at this dark moon, any dark moon, new moon, it's the masculine coming through you and their resistance. So, but there's always a light on the horizon. So it's after the moon, basically. Probably, I would say, Saturday. And then we will start to rise up again into more feeling good, more autonomous feeling good, individual feeling good, rather than this what feels like a tug of war going on. And so the completion physically this is what moves through, right? Let's see what else there is, because this is love, right, as well. So it's like the push and pull of the Cancer moon coming through a masculine moon. Cancer, love, masculine moon. Cancer heart, but it's also masculine. It's like the King of Cups is Cancer, really. So the mastery of the heart. So it's the mastery of the heart coming through the moon for the masculine. So that means their resistance going. So if you reduce your resistance, they'll lessen their resistance. Maybe that phone call will come through. Maybe that text will appear. Maybe that message will the notification will turn on. But all resistance has to be reduced, reduced. Let's see. Happiness, 9 of Cups. Happiness is coming. Success in vibration is coming for one and for all. For that means for the two masculine. Completion underneath. Shared vibration, 8 of Wands. So that is the connection that you got in the vibration. Well, it's connected through vibration, basically, that you're connected to that person. Completion of the connected vibration into success of vibration and happiness. One step away from full happiness, 9 of Cups. Wishes coming true card. Messages coming through card. Let's go Page of Pentacles. Manifestation in the Magician, number 1 again. So got 2 wands appearing together. 8 of Swords. Wisdom. So again, that's what the wisdom is. It's connection through the mind, basically. And he's a number 9 as well. So that's also nearing completion. So the wisdom here is that you're connected through the mind, basically. So whatever's coming through you, that's them. Simple as that. Moon. Love coming in, coming along. Page of Cups. It's a slow walk in the Page of Cups, but it's walking nonetheless. Right? It's baby steps to love. So yes, it is it's an ebb and flow, the process. It's an in and out of the moon. You could say 2 step forward and a 1 step back. Because you move 1 step forward with a full moon into enlightenment, and then 2 steps that would not be good, would it? 2 steps backwards. 2 steps forward with a full moon into enlightenment, happier, higher, freer, more harmonized, joyful, more released, less resistant. Then we get to the new moon and it's 1 step back, but it's only 1 step back. And then we start marching forward again. So, 4 of Swords, happiness and joy. So, like they said as well, if you can't get into like dancing, doing your disco dancing and getting your groove thing on this moon, because it's not that kind of a moon, at least, go to sleep and maybe you can like sing a song in your head as you're going to sleep and letting the moon pass. As I've been getting this funny thing where I'm waking up every day now with disco songs going through my head and going to sleep as well at night with disco songs in my head. It's quite pleasant. It's like having a personal radio always set on disco, except it doesn't keep me awake, or wake me up after I've gone to sleep because it's only in my head. Right, Devil. Oh, look. Queen of Swords, the feminine mind. So you're drawing close through what is in the mind. That's right opposite the masculine mind. So it's all about what's going on in the mind, even though it's a Cancer moon, even though it's a heart moon, right? It's drawing them, it's pulling them into the heart. You could say it's pulling them whether they want to go there or not, because masculine itself is resistance to the heart. That's what it is. So, brand new journey, the Fool. Go they will though, right? They will go. They have no option. That's what they're here for. That's what the Fool is saying. Brand new journey for the masculine. So, doesn't matter how many 1 steps back they take, sooner or later they're going to end up there where you are. So, that's inevitable because you're taking 2 forward and they're only taking 1 back. That's inevitable. There we go. I knew something was inevitable. Right, Knight of Cups. 6 of Swords, letting go. Letting go. So everything is let go of, right? Everything. That's another thing about they're saying, like, things show up on this journey to make you feel like it's all going wrong. So, like they say, other people showing up that you don't want. Like, I don't want it to be this one. I never asked for this. This doesn't feel right. It can't be. Things like that. And they're not showing up because they are the one. They're showing up because they're delivering you wisdom about who the one is going to be. Maybe because they aren't the one. And then you recognize they're not the one and that's not what you want and that's not who it's going to be. So when the one shows up, you're like, oh, that's the one. I get it. Things like that go on. So, and not just people, places, things, opportunities. There is it's a moving forward to find love, basically. So you're going to come across a lot of things that are maybe halfway towards what you want in terms of love, but not the full picture. But they all just pass by. Actually, and there's another thing that I share. This is the weirdest thing since I've been in this house. I just do all this online shopping and of things, and then I end up putting them on eBay because they're not the things I want. I don't know why I bought them, but it's this constant process of buying things because I think I love them and then letting them go. So it's kind of like coming through that way for me. So maybe you notice that as well. It's like this, almost this, because it's about finding love, you see. So it's like my guides are like, oh, you love it, buy it, love it, you love it, buy it. So I'm like, okay, I'll buy it, I love it, and then I get it, and then I have it for a while, and then I'm like, I don't think I do love it after all. So it's the act of loving it, you know. Even for a minute or half a second, if you love something, then you're engaging with love. It could be buying a fish in a tank. It could be buying a new pair of shoes. It could be buying a brush to clean your shoes with. It could be lots of things, you know. You might have a mad rush on green jumpers, and then suddenly you're like, no more green jumpers. In fact, I'm getting rid of them all. Because the thing is, it's like, then you're going to buy a load of pink jumpers because you're going to love pink for a while. Because it's the act of loving the thing that is engaging with love. So what's the point of having a load of green jumpers? That it was the act of loving the jumpers that got you the jumpers. And then you're not engaging with love of the jumpers anymore. So you get rid of the jumpers and you get some more new jumpers that you love for a short while. It's the act of engaging with love that brings you love. And then you've got to let go of it again because that's the process. Because it's not the one. So it could be that, and it could be also the energy of that, you know, coming along. It's like where you're standing right now in this moon, which is a hell of a lot of resistance of not having what you want in terms of love, yet again, or still, right? And having to let go of that all over again. Like it's not here, I don't have it. So again, I've got to let go of not having it and it not being here, or it not having arrived yet, or it not seeming to be on the horizon, or it not showing up in form on the front of my phone screen, for example. Manifesting form, success in vibration, one step away from happiness, wishes coming true. They just said drama. And then Eight of Swords, a mental connection, which is the drama, right? Because it's a connection of the egoic connection, wisdom on that, again, a number 9. So it's the wisdom of everything coming along and how it comes along through the happiness. And then Nine of Swords, creating, 3 of Pentacles. So it's always a growth process, right? Of what is coming along in the physical. But moons like this one, this is like a resting point. It's not going to come on the moon because it can't, because there's so much resistance. It could definitely come after the moon. Maybe not even a short while after the moon. You could be, some of you are in this back and forth thing, right, where you do wait for messages and texts because it's in its baby days. Look, baby days. And that's where you get that thing, and they're in your environment, and it is all about, you're not heard from them and where are they and all that kind of stuff. So if that's you, then it's literally a few days, I would say, look, 3 days after the moon. So then you look on when the moon's actually going to end. I think it's probably ending on Friday, somewhere around then. So what's that, Monday next week? Yeah, for those little messages coming through. And what about the bigger ones that have been waiting for a very long time? Well, also the same. Every week's a rollover, right? Could be that as well. Might not be, might be 3 months, might be 3 years for some people, who knows? But it's still coming along, it's always coming forward. And that's very interesting as well, because we're saying 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and you'll notice he's kind of pulling the 1 down, right? So that's the 1 step back. But those 2 steps forward will always take precedence of the inevitability of what eventually arrives. And 1 more card to finish it off on there. I think it's 1 more card. I think it's, what did we have underneath? Oh yeah, coming through the vibration, completion in the physical. So that's arriving in the physical. And that's underlying everything. And I think we'll go, I think somewhere here, clarity, Knight of Swords. So clarity coming. And one more there, which would be a message, right, as well. He's also a sword, so it's also messages, texts. He's the illumination. He's got it there, look, he's shining a light. So, clarity coming. Physical environment, physical, feminine, physical, into the physical environment of the feminine. So that's interesting because look, she's there in her end of in a mental process, which is the moon, creating what's going to come in a physical process, the physical environment. Oh, look, there he is, the King of Cups. So that's what's coming into her physical environment, post-moon. Can't say how post-moon, you know, but maybe for some people it's 3 days post-moon, something or other, some clarity. Or maybe the clarity for some is just going to be a feeling better and a feeling good. Fear ending, they're saying, and love. Fear ending and love. Fear, well, fear, you know, shifting everything anyway with all what's going on now. Fear ending, and then it ends, and then the love comes. It could be just a feeling better for some, and for others, some kind of message. Page of Swords, some kind of message, actual text, voicemail, phone call, or email. It's really those. It's not really a knocking on the door. I don't feel that. No. Right, I'm going to go now. Okay, if anybody wants a reading or anything like that, all my details are in the description box below, and I'll see you shortly in the next few days with some monthlies, and I think I'll do a reading for July as well. Lots of love, take care, bye.